All right, guys, welcome to the hot seat. I think we're about live because I am new to the AdSense things. That's right, I got approved. I'm now legal to have ads at the beginning of my show or my channel, whatever. So I'm flipping excited about that. So I don't know how long this is going to really take. So, and I also have super chat. I looked at my earnings so far. It's like 86 cents. I'm about to retire. So this is exciting. All right, guys. All right, Kris, you didn't get out? All right, cool. So maybe this is where I'm just talking for no reason. All right, guys. So again, I'm CJ from Cooking with CJ. You're in the hot seat right now. Our guest tonight is the wonderful, the amazing, the polarizing, the man, the myth, the legend, dude with the cool dad hat, David Parrish from Adrenaline BBQ. Welcome, brother. I appreciate you being here. First off, we're going to definitely welcome the co-host with the most, Ken Vandy Weird. How you doing, my brother? Everything going well?
Everything's doing great in Iowa. It's not snowing, so we're good.
Oh, there you go. There you go. And then we got Kirby as one of our mods, the first one to drop a super chat. There you go. I am not jumping off my my ledge in the pool. We are not doing that, guys. So I'm not doing crazy stuff for money like Kirby did when they were out here for the SoCal meetup. All right, guys. So the mods, Hobo's in there. I see Scotty from the Grill. Kirby, obviously. See Dan from Smoky Goodness is in there. I haven't seen Red yet. And Jay should be jumping on soon. I think he's finishing up some fajitas. So we're all good with that. Everybody in the chat I can see so far. Keith Bedtag, he's keeping track of the numbers. So Keith, write down 86. If we beat 86, we beat the record. All right. So I want to give out the shout outs. I see Shane from Never Trust a Skinny Chef, Easy Bake Barbecue, Mike the Culinary Cookhouse. Nigel's dropping some European money. Right on. Nigel's obviously here. Keith Better shouted him out. Cooking with Webby. I saw Chef Johnny in there. How you doing, brother? Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue. See Tom Horseman. Tom, I've talked to your son, and Brian's going to be on in March. So we got him on. So there we go. Rob Barbecue Pit Dog. Christy's Cooking Channel. How you doing, Miss Christy? Miss Booger's in the house too. Justin, Baby Back Maniac, I'm glad you're here, brother. I'm so happy you can make it. Fire Water Cooking, Darren, what's up? Cooking with Corey, Suburban Barbecue, AE, Smoking Joe's Barbecue, not Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue. Look at Miss Josie dropping $10 in the chat. Like, dude, you guys, all right, that's enough of that, all right? I appreciate it. It's very sweet, but it's enough of it. All right, very cool. Smoking Jazz Barbecue. All right, we got a hashtag already from Hobo. Can't get your money. I think I saw Meat Cranium in there. Snoopy Eats 408. I think that's it so far. If I missed you, I'll catch you on the next round. All right. Well, let's say it. Welcome, Dave. How you doing, brother?
Hey, brother. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for the invitation, and thanks for having me on.
Very cool, very cool. I love that picture you got behind you. You got some good dudes in there.
Yeah, there's one really good-looking guy over here on this side.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the guy on the far right, his name is Justin, so you know he's cool.
Yeah,
so, there you go.
Yeah, all those guys are cool. I had a blast doing that.
I hope they all show up tonight. That'd be great to have. It's a good night when Mike from Everyday Barbecue and Cuisine shows up. What's up, brother? Good to see you here.
All right, good to see you, brother.
All right. So first things first, I want to get this out of the way, get this off my chest, and I want to make sure everybody realizes it. This is not going to be a slow and sear infomercial, okay? You all have tons of videos out there to take a look at, some that like it, some that don't. I don't give a damn, all right? We are here to interview a member of our community, a good dude. He participates with everybody and works well with everybody, except, there might be a little here and there, but otherwise, he's a good dude. So we're going to have a good time asking my normal questions, maybe a couple off-kilter ones for, dealing with this company and all that. But this is not a slow and sear infomercial. So if you guys are here to ask me a bunch of questions about it, or ask Dave a bunch of questions about the slow and sear, there's tons of videos out there, guys. All right, so check it out. Tom Horsman said slow and sear with a question mark. He must be new. You know, I don't think he's been around very long. All right, so that's it.
Tom might be one of our first 100 customers. So thanks, I appreciate that.
All right, cool. Cooking with James is here. Josh and Babe, how you guys doing? Saint 1000. Dave, you'll notice that I keep going back and forth with the chat to make sure everybody gets a shout out because we love everybody. The other announcement I would like to make is that we are doing 2 giveaways. Well, that's 4. 2 giveaways today. All right. So we are going to do a giveaway about halfway through, about 6:30 my time, out a half hour to whatever your time here is. Okay. Miss Josie, how you doing? Excuse me. And then we'll do one at the end. So make sure you stick around for the whole time and be ready with your memory hats and your questions. I'm going to come up with a question just based on the questions I'm asking and his answers. Okay. So let's see here. Mike from the Kettle Cookers is here. I know you worked with him before. What's up, dude? Robert Roy's in the house. Food for Men. John from 1984 Barbecue. Phil in Florence is here. Phil, you're going to win one. I know.
All right. Should we disqualify him?
Yeah.
Off the bat?
No. All right, cool.
He's got a reputation.
Let's start off with the real easy one. Oh, shit. You know, another one on my notes here. You're an Air Force veteran, and like we always like to do, we appreciate and thank you for your service. It looks like you're probably just a couple days out of it. You're not old at all. You look pretty good for just being right out of the Air Force. So everybody,
I might need more lights.
You got some good lighting in there. You look at,
or maybe the lighting's good, just like it is. Maybe it's. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, though.
Right on, man. Well, thank you. I see Jay from LeprakonTV is in here, so he finished up his fajitas. Sorry we missed it, Jay. We'll catch you on the next one. Black Stoner for life. He's probably asking when you're going to make a slow and sear for the Blackstone. You know, keep that in mind. Product and development. All right, cool. Let's start. Where are you from, David?
So originally, I'm from Alabama. You know, being in the military, I moved around a lot. I've lived in Texas, lived up in the Northeast in New Jersey for a while. And for the past 8 years, I've been in Charlotte. And this is probably, I mean, I've got a warehouse here now, so I'm probably going to be here for a while. Right
on. What got you started doing the slow and sear, like starting your company? What, so like I said, not the slow and sear part of it, but like what got you started?
Sure. So about 8-10 years ago, I just got into barbecue. It became something that was very interesting to me. I just dove into it and started doing a lot of research. Found this website, AmazingRibs.com, that was all about the science of barbecue and grilling. And I read up not only on that website, but on the more technical website that a lot of the info on that site was based on, which is genuineideas.com. That website was created by a Dr. Greg Blonder. He's a PhD physicist, really smart guy, and he did a lot of research on barbecue. And a little bit of a geek. I geeked out on it, really got into it, and I ended up being a moderator for AmazingRibs.com. That website recommends products, and there was a product that they used to recommend that we were always getting comments from the readers, one thing or another, and that gave me a bright idea one evening, and the slow and sear evolved from that. And I won't go into more detail than that because I know this isn't really meant to be an infomercial. It's more about just us hanging out and chatting. So
definitely. What? How long have you had ABC?
So
I don't have to spell it out.
The Drilling Barbecue Company. I started in 2014. This was before the slow and sear was invented, and it was because I was working with AmazingRibs.com, running the Pitmaster Club there, and it was a moonlighting gig, and I needed the company to put it on my taxes, basically. And then when when the slow and sear got invented, it just made sense to put it under the umbrella of ABC. An Adrenaline Barbecue Company, the tagline is, we're excited about the ABCs of barbecue. So that's kind of what the name means. All
right, cool. I got to interrupt a little bit. Mike from the Culinary Cookhouse just dropped $50 in the chat.
Nice.
Too much, man. Way too much. I appreciate the sentiment, but he wants me to put it towards Kris's bonus. So,
which is double
of it. You know what I'm saying? Double. So anyway, that's free. Mike, you got me with my mouth open on that one, dude. That's heavy duty, brother. So thank you so much. How many employees you got rocking there?
So including myself, we have 6 people that are on a daily paycheck, and then we have 4 or 5 other people, some of them that are in the chat tonight, that come in and out and do contract work for us, mainly YouTube videos.
Right on. So let's talk about that real quick. Obviously, we know Steve from 9 Other Cooking Shows. You're latest guy to do contract work.
Yeah.
I know Jayden Polstol.
Yeah.
Who are the other gentlemen that worked with you before?
Justin Walraven of Baby Back Maniac, and I think he's proud now. So I don't know if Steve or Jayden is on. I didn't hear their names called, but
Steve's out on the date right now.
And then Gustavo did one video for us, and he's probably going to do some stuff in the future too. So those are the 4 YouTubers that have done video work for us.
Right on. What obviously the YouTube Cooks group of barbecuers or whatever are your main target audience. Is that why you started using these guys to get the word out?
These guys all had a natural, they had something that I thought would be good on our channel. When I first saw Justin's video on the Weber Summit, the thing that stood out to me is he had fixed a camera on the cart that his Summit was on, and he showed the wheel slowly spinning to a stop, and that was in the very beginning of the video. That was unique. I hadn't really seen anybody else going to that kind of effort to get scenes in their cooking videos. So I reached out to him and said, hey, can we send you a slow and sear? And he responded and said something to the effect of, I reached out to you 2 months ago and I never heard from you. So what's up with that? And sure enough, I went and looked in our email, and he had emailed us, and we had filed it under need to respond, and then we didn't respond. So that's kind of a funny story there. But Justin, it was the right place, right time, the right guy to help us out. Jayden, just very professional guy. He has his own, video business in Vancouver. So he was a natural to bring on. Steve Casado, he has a background in video and has really got into it this year. So I look for guys that have been using the slow and sear. They're familiar with how to get around a kettle grill. They know how to use charcoal. They have professional editing skills, professional level, even if they may not be a professional. And most importantly, you got to have a mic. It's just something you've got to be comfortable doing, is being mic'd on these videos.
Right on. I actually did invite Steve on tonight to help moderate and co-host. And
all right, Steve is busy tonight, so good luck, Steve. Yeah. I remember now. Yeah.
I love everything Steve does. I love what Justin does too. And I heard about Jayden before I really got started with my channel, because I was trying to learn YouTube a bit before I really got started on it. So I was watching video influencers, the guy Sean, and Jayden was one of his clients. So he was teaching him how to grow. So I kept seeing about Postal Barbecue and how he grew from 500, 1,000, whatever it is. But he used it as an example.
That's actually a good point. And another one of the reasons that we use YouTubers is by the time we got big enough that we wanted to start doing video on YouTube, we were at the point where any videos we did needed to be pretty professional. And these three guys are all capable of delivering a professional product, much more so than I am. At some point, I'm going to try to do my own videos, but I'm gonna pay somebody to do the editing and the camera work, because I have, I'm already busier than what's that saying? One leg guy in a butt kicking contest or whatever.
Right.
So I can't. The time it takes to do good video is just I don't have that, nor do I really have the interest. It's not where my passion lies. So it's good to have those guys on board and have them helping out.
Right on. All right. I have noticed a bunch more people in the chat, so I'd like to get shout outs to them. See James from Aim and Acclaim's in there. Sent 1000. Eric from Roundhouse Ranch is in there. Two Family Homestead is in the house. Beginner's Guide 2. That's the name of the channel. That's cool. Let's see here. Storm Jones, how you doing? Eastwood Farms, Kris, Cookout Coach Steve, Rusty Barbecue, Donna, David. Donna, thank you, and Mike again for the super chat. Very sweet of you for sure. Real Joey B, Cast Iron Skillets in there. Chef John and Rebecca, how you doing? We already shut it off, Phil. Tess cooks for you. How you doing, Tess? And Backyard Cooking with M and B. So I think that catches everybody up in the chat. We're at 74 viewers. So guys, make sure you hit the share button. And Daryl from Bad Beast Barbecue is in there. What's up? How you doing, brother? Brian Shrink. There you go. Is in the house. I think that kind of caught everybody. Red showed up. Red, congratulations, proud papa. Beautiful little girl.
Yeah, congratulations, sir.
Oh, it's awesome. Keith, the main number 86.
The red on getting monetized too.
Oh,
that
monetized too?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Red, you're killing it, brother. That's awesome, man. That's just very, very cool. So Keith, the magic number is 86, so keep it going. I'm gonna go ahead and give Kent a minute to ask a couple questions. Are you good to go, Kent? You got anything for us?
Yeah, I got one or two over here. I think Chef Johnny had asked earlier, but David already covered that one. So Firewater Cooking wants to know, David, are you going to try create accessories for other grills other than just the like the 22 and 26 inch kettle? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a good question. We have this Lone Sear charcoal basket that also fits the 18-inch and several other of the smaller circular type grills. We have been making Weber a lot of money lately, and we're more interested in making our own grill than we are making accessories for other grills at this point. So if you see anything from us, it would probably be along that path.
Oh, that's awesome. Come out. Yeah, that'd be real cool. So I'm still writing them down. CJ, give me a few minutes. Come back to me on this.
All right, no sweat. I know you're not the one filming the videos and all that.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. and for me, watching Steve, watching Justin, watching Jabin, those guys put in so much effort and they have so much talent. And, watching all of them makes me want to be a better, I don't want to say YouTuber. That's not right what I'm saying. Man, I could great. I can speak well, but the filming and the microphone and the volume and all that stuff, that's a little out of my comfort zone, just probably as much as everybody. But They're all excellent people. But obviously you've gone to their houses and been there while they're filming.
Right.
What has been the best, funny, whatever thing that's happened that we obviously didn't get to see? You got some more stories for those three gentlemen?
You know, as much as I would like to hide all of the things I screw up, I usually do them in front of Justin, and Justin is almost always taking video. So actually I did this one to myself. I struggle with the word adrenaline and barbecue. I really struggle with those words, which is unfortunate since they're the name of the company. But you put me on camera, you ask me to say those words, and it can be a problem. So Justin has outtakes from 3 of the videos that I've done with him, and they really capture just how not great I am at video. So thank you, Justin, for that. One of them's actually posted to the YouTube channel now. We have 2 others. I don't know what happened to those. Justin, we should upload those and let people, make more fun of me. So yeah, note to self, more fun of myself. Great.
Well, people love it when there's bloopers.
Oh, I can bloop. I can bloop with the best of them.
All right. And then the video you did with Steve, how was it ducking down like that and trying to talk into the camera? That's got to be one of the most maddening things to do.
That was different. And I knew going into that video that it was going to be tough to do a video with him and capture and without messing up his style. If you watch his videos, he has a knack for pausing, but then he goes back to where he was when he last spoke. And then he does these cut edits to where it all looks really smooth. Mm-hmm. And then when you're in person watching him, you see the pauses and everything else, and you kind of get a feel for what he's doing. I couldn't replicate that. Maybe now, after reflecting on it, I could blend in a little bit better with him. But as far as like bending down and getting in front of the camera and that kind of thing, I was just along for the ride, and I just kind of did what he told me to, and it worked out. It seemed like a pretty good video.
Right on. All right. I want to put you on the spot a little bit.
Okay.
This is gonna be funny, and notice that only one of those 3, Jabin, Justin, and Steve, are here. So who's your favorite to work with at their house?
Well, who's here?
I think Justin's still here.
I've actually
really your favorite.
I haven't been to Jabin's. He's in Vancouver, which is a 10-hour flight from where I'm at, and logistically quite expensive. I do plan to get up there one day, but I haven't been there yet. As far as favorite to work at, I've only been at Steve's place once. Justin and I are best buddies. So I've been to his house a lot of times. So I don't know. I'm not going to call favorites there, but I've definitely been over to Justin's more than the other guys.
Right on, right on. I see Dan Wright is here from Wright Barbecue Company.
Brother Dan.
He's the one where you went to school with his wife, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's a funny story. She joined school, I think we were in the 10th or 11th grade, and I vividly remember her in the hallway asking me directions. I don't remember where she was trying to go, but yeah, I graduated high school with her. It's a small world.
No.
And we independently ended up in the barbecue space. It wasn't like one of us talked to the other and brought them in. We both ended up here independently of each other.
All right, so that was in the early 2000s, right?
Yeah, it was like last month, maybe. No, actually, I graduated in '89, so that dates myself a little bit. I got to give a shout out to Christopher Sandor and 18th Street Brewing Company. He's provided me with the adult beverages that I'm enjoying tonight. These things are really good. They've been sitting in my fridge for a special occasion. So tonight was the night. He's one of the admins in the Facebook group over Kettlehead. So cheers, brother. Thank you for the beer.
Very cool. Very cool. That was actually going to be one of the questions is what's in your drink. So very cool.
It's IPA. It's good too.
Those are heavy duty.
I'm surprised at how stout this thing is.
That's funny. Let's see here. Louis Colomatis has a couple questions, but he says he loves the XR50. So Louis, stick around in another couple minutes. We're gonna give away one of those. All right. So very cool. I think anybody else came in. John Brooks stopped by to say hi. Josh Moy is in there. He's new to the channel, so welcome. And I think that's it. Again, Nigel dropped 10 euros in the chat for Kent's Christmas bonus. See, the thing is, Dave, people don't dig me as much as Kent. They want to see Kent get paid. They want, because every week he gives sob stories about why he doesn't make any money. He's waiting for his paycheck. He's so poor. He's obviously starving to death. He's withering away.
We should double his pay again.
All right, we'll do that right now. We're doubling it.
Now? Yeah.
You feel better? I feel like we're just going to get a one-figure answer pretty soon. Expert in business. What up? You're new? That's very cool. Scooter Two Cools in the house. Welcome, welcome. There's a hashtag pay Kent going through the chat right now. Kent sounds like a union employee. That's awesome. Oh, shit. No, you can't have fun. Double the pictures for Kent. Oh, CJ. All right, I'll send you another headshot, Kent. You're welcome. He's going to show it right now. There it is.
Nice.
Yeah, when I hit
screams,
Dave, when I hit 500 and 1,000 subscribers, I did little giveaways, and I sent out the headshots to the people. It was ridiculous, but All right, let's see here. All right, so it's not really about your channel per se, but if Hollywood were to make a movie about you, your company, whatever, who's playing you then?
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Hey, you were on top of it? I'll take it. Very good.
Yeah, he's as cool as I would like to be.
Nice.
But I'm not.
All right, cool. All right, so we're coming up at a half-hour mark. So we're going to ask the first question for the Maverick XR50 thermometer. So the first person to put it in the chat, the answer to my question, I'll mark it down. I'll hit you up and get your address and all that stuff, and Dave will send you guys the thermometer. Okay. So get ready. Everybody ready? Are you ready? Who's ready? All right. What year was Adrenaline Barbecue started? Throw it in the chat, boys and girls. Who's gonna be the first one? Attila the Hun. What? 2014
Hobo
Barbecue. Good job. Okay, guys, get in there. Bottle Cap Barbecue.
Okay.
All right, Kris, I'll get your information. Congrats. I've never seen so many answers that are not correct. I dig that you guys really paid attention. Someone said 1492.
It actually makes me feel better that they're not paying attention.
Nice. Dude, I would pay attention if I knew I was getting something nice, but whatever. All right, so first question. Cool. Kent, you done writing down your questions yet? Puddin'?
Yeah, I got a couple here. First one from one of our moderators, Kirby. He wants to know, since he has that special edition red kettle, if he can have a red S&S to go with it. But and he says he wants one of your new grills once you're done with them. So
okay, well we can definitely give him the info on the new grill. We don't sell a red Slow and Sear. However, we have partnered with Lowe's and Home Depot to provide a kit you can use to make one red. It's in the paint section under I think it's Krylex, and yeah, just go there. You can find the red paint, and I would suggest the high temperature stuff.
All right, real quick, James from Amen and Claim 'em really wants us to recognize the picture behind you again. He's like, nice pick in the background, damn it. Yes.
That's a good looking guy right there. It's really, really hard to be in a video with James because, kind of like Clint Eastwood, he is just naturally cool. And I was wondering, why do I feel so inadequate on video with this guy? And Justin was there and made the comment like, James, dude, everything you do is cool. How are we supposed to compete with that? But yeah, James, he has the cool factor. No doubt.
I'm still waiting for T-Roy to get in the chat. Someone needs to wake him up.
Yeah, what's up with Space Cowboy?
All right, okay, go back.
All right, next one is from Lewis. He wants to know, David, any plans on developing a full temp controller?
There's some good ones on the market. When I bring something to the market, I want it not to be because I want to sell something. I want it to be because I'm providing a distinct improvement upon what's out there. And if it comes to a point where I feel like we have something distinctive, then sure. But right now, there's a lot of good players out there. So I guess I'll leave that at that.
All right.
Well, that's fair enough. That's definitely for sure. One more from Lewis. In regards to your XR50, he's asking, is there any way to turn off the key beeps? He doesn't like that beeping sound every time he pushes a button.
No, there's not. We have had that customer feedback from a couple of people, though, and it's something that might get rolled into a future version. But yeah, unfortunately, we can't turn those beeps off.
All right. Our little trivia winner here, Bottle Cap BBQ. Damn it, where'd your question go? You guys are typing too fast. All right. What was the biggest struggle you faced with starting ABC?
Finding a manufacturer. So when you're a budding business and you're just getting started, manufacturers, they want to work with mature companies that have vetted product, that have demonstrated they sell on the marketplace. They're not really interested in someone coming in saying, "Hey, I've got a great idea, and I'd like to make a few hundred. Can you do that for me?" So finding a manufacturer is the biggest struggle. Was our biggest struggle. The way we got around that is through networking, having players in the barbecue community that were not invested in our company, but they were invested in the idea of the product, and they helped us bring it to market by providing us advice and helping us get integrated with manufacturers that were interested in working with us.
Cool. The next thing was from Tom Heinerman. He wanted to know why there's dart holes in my picture I held up of CJ.
Dart holes, nice.
Those are not from darts. Those are actually stabs from my knife. And by the way, speaking of big men in the house, T-Roy is here. So.
T-Roy.
T-Roy. Cheers, brother.
Cheers to you. Good stuff. I saw Chilling with Rob D, Chilling and Grilling Rob D's here too. Graciela Oliveira is new to the channel. Welcome. Dean Simbrowski's here. Very cool. No Salt BP's here. I think we're working up to the 80. Right on. Got 6 more to break the record.
Yeah, come on, people. Bring your friends.
Yeah, I got
break the record.
Some people here. Right on. All right. So, all right. We talked about how you kind of came up with the slow and sear, but you have obviously other products. You know, the drip and griddle, the spin grate, you know, the technique you use with it, all that, and the XR50. All these products, were they like, I don't say the original ideas, because that sounds kind of dickish, but I'm not trying to be like, were they your idea, or was it taken off of something that you saw that you thought you could do better?
So the drip and griddle pan was a customer idea, and I actually pushed back on it for a long time and said, we got a lot of requests for a pan, and my response was, there's a lot of pans out there that are a lot cheaper than anything we could make. So I don't think this is a great idea. But no matter how much I came back to them and suggested there's other things they can do, they always came back and said, I want a drip pan. So we made the drip pan, and we worked with our existing manufacturer that makes the slow and sear. So it's made out of 3 or 4 stainless steel, like the slow and sear was at the time. That was 430, but the drip pan is 3 or 4. And
I think we might have lost them. We got froze. All right. Well, while he's unfreezing, welcome Jimmy Q. How you doing, Jim? Are you back? You froze up there a little bit, Dave.
Yeah, sorry about that. The drip and griddle pan was really based on what came out of customer requests, and then we just discovered really cool things that it would do as we were developing it. For the easy spin grate, that one was definitely my idea. I was getting really frustrated with trying to use the cold grate technique on the grates that are currently on the market. The easy spin grate, because it's got the handles that are welded to the top of the structural ring instead of the side, it spins more easily. And then the opening is it's a lot easier to add charcoal without it getting into, and it gets in the basket and not in the water reservoir. So that was my idea. The XR50 came out of frustration I had with existing products on the market. Can you see me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, yeah. Good. I was afraid I froze for a second there. The XR50 Maverick had an idea for a thermometer, and I reached out to them and gave them some suggestions, and we basically worked together on creating something that I thought would be distinctive for the market. And that was born out of frustration I have with everything else that's out there right now. There's so many thermometers out there that just have issues, either connectivity with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. You can't read the screen in the sunlight. The range is so short, you can barely go inside with them. So, you know, the XR50 was made to be bulletproof, and it just works. So I don't want to turn it into an infomercial, though, so I guess I'll...
No, it's cool. I want you to tell us, you know, about your products and all that. And, you know, obviously people want to know. Like, I don't know much about thermometers. Obviously, I'm not a huge barbecue guy. I want to be. I'm getting into it. Being with this class of people, like, you know, Kris and Kent and all these guys, you know, everybody in the community, everybody, but there's a fair amount of barbecue. And I love barbecue. So this last year, I've gotten so into doing, using the kettle, using the pit barrel, whatever. I love barbecue. I'm doing our turkey for Thanksgiving in the pit barrel. Like, I am stoked on it. Yeah. I'm bitten by that bug. So someone sent me a thermometer that, you know, with temps, it was, you know, Chinese knockoff or whatever, but I used that for the first time. I don't know much about these thermometers, but obviously I know you're putting out quality stuff. But does yours not only it has the remote, but does it do Bluetooth connectivity? Is that something you want to do?
So the XR50 does not do Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. I don't like either one as an everyday device. Bluetooth has a very short range. Wi-Fi, you're dependent upon your home's network. With the XR50, the receiver just has a 500-foot range, and it just works. I have thermostat controllers. I have smart thermometers that do graphing and, you know, upload data to the cloud so I can access it whenever. And the people that sold me the thermometer can also access it whenever, which is something you should think about. If you're using any kind of device that uploads to the cloud, you can bet the manufacturer is storing all that data and they're reviewing it. So the XR50 is designed to be rugged, and it's designed to just work and be the go-to thermometer for your everyday cook. Other thermometers with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, graphing, they have their place, but I don't think they are as good of an everyday thermometer as the XR50 is.
All right, cool. So I know you just got out that 2.0. Is there, barring, you know, people that have issue or whatever, but if people come up with suggestions, are you sending that over to your R&D? Like, I watched the videos on using the SNS, and I see that a lot. A lot of people have said that it kind of takes up a little extra room. I know you addressed the water pan coming out and all that. Is your research and development trying to find different ways to add a little bit more room to grill with it or anything?
So I'm pretty much the research and development.
Oh, okay.
I do it all. The Sloan sear takes up about 1/3 of the cooker, but what you have to realize is that the entire 2/3 opposite the Sloan sear, the indirect zone, is usable, and the temperatures are extremely stable over that entire zone. So it's actually a fairly large space to work in, and you can get a lot of food on there.
Right on.
As far as any kind of design improvements, after the Sloan sear came out, I spent years. So I invented the Sloan sear in 2015. The 2.0 came out in 2018. I spent years looking at different ideas, different methods of manufacture, different designs, and it took me 3 years to come up with something that I thought was an improvement upon the Sloan sear. So yeah, I'm always trying to improve upon the Sloan sear and come up with a better version of it, and for no other reason than I don't want to be the guy that I don't want somebody else coming up with a better idea than what I already have.
Right. You don't want to be stale with your ideas. You want to keep.
Yeah, but I really beat my head against the wall trying to improve this thing, and it's more complex to manufacture than it looks like it would be. It's more costly to manufacture than it looks like it would be. It's the simplicity of the design and the way it performs. I've looked at a lot of different ways to create 2 zones or create a smoking environment in the Sloan sear, and I've not been able to find anything that works as well as the 2.0. But I will keep doing that. But for now, the 2.0 is the best I can come up with.
All right, cool. So you talked about the grill that you're kind of working on. You're thinking about. Obviously you're growing your products. You got your name out there. What is there anything else you can entice the crowd on that's in the works? Like some new gloves for the hot, whatever. Like new beer koozies. Let's go, man. Give us new merch.
We do have new koozies. Let's see if I can get the camera on that. So we just got these a couple of weeks ago, and they ship free if you buy an XR50 from our website, or you can add them for a couple of bucks at $4, I think, to an existing order. The grill is probably the major thing that we're working on. What I would tell people is if you're shopping for a slow and sear and a kettle, don't wait on this grill. This is going to be a higher price point item. We don't have the economy of scale that like a Weber has, where we can target the $200 to $300 price point. So this we're actually going up market with this grill, but the results from the prototypes and the testing that we've done has been extremely impressive, and I think we're going to hit 2019 with a bang.
Cool. Is there one thing you could tell us about it to kind of get us a little excited? Is it it's not going to be a Weber kettle, but what are we going to see out of it?
So all of the performance that you get with the kettle and the slow and sear is still there with this grill, amplified. It's going to be more efficient. It's going to, when you're doing slow smoking, it's going to get hotter when you're doing searing, which is kind of hard to believe considering some of the test results we've gotten with the slow and sear and the kettle. But it's not, I guess not so much that it's going to be hotter. It's going to hit those peak temperatures and maintain them for a longer period. So I guess what I would say is it has the performance of a kettle and a slow and sear, but it has more efficiency, so that whatever your results are, you can maintain them for a longer period of time.
Very cool.
And it looks pretty cool.
I'm sure.
It's gonna look good on people's decks for sure.
Very cool.
Whatever.
All right, Kent, how you doing over there, bro?
Oh, we're hanging in here. We got a couple. Our little buddy on the cruise, Bill from Chicken Fried Barbecue, wants to know, and this question is not for you, David. It's actually for CJ. He wants to know if you got a new shirt for tonight.
Oh, funny story. It's blue, but it's the same shirt that I wear all the time, but that's usually black. I like to keep it consistent, keep it real. It fits my bigness, my sexiness, so I roll with that. So I have it in blue, I have a nice red one, and a gray one. So yes, I keep it very simple. I'm a simple dude. That's all it is. There you go.
Bill, and your critic. Red's Barbecue and Pizzeria, David. The stability, as you talked about with the temps and the 2/3, the indirect side, does that is that affected if you use lump versus charcoal versus briquettes?
So I'll start off with whatever fuel source you use in a kettle. The slow and sear is going to improve the stability of that fuel source by the nature of the design of the basket and the way it cradles the fuel so that all the pieces that are in the basket stay together as they burn down and get smaller. That said, generally speaking, lumpy charcoal means lumpy heat. When you're talking about near radiant heat sources, when you're searing, lump charcoal, because of the different sizes of the pieces, it's very hard to get a flat bed. And even a ½ inch or an inch, when you have very near radiant heat, like the meat's here and the heat's here, that ½ inch makes a big difference. So for me, briquettes give you a more stable, more consistent sear zone. When low and slow smoking, because of the consistency of the size of the briquettes, they tend to burn more consistently. So the slow and sear does improve the performance of lump charcoal in a kettle grill, but I am a firm believer that briquettes in most situations are better than lump charcoal. One area where I do like lump charcoal is high heat convective cooking, 300, 400 degrees plus, where you're wanting to get a hot fire quick with a low amount of smoke from ignition smoke, and you're wanting to get your smoke wood at a clean burn quickly. It's easier to do that with lump in the 300 to 400 degree range. For low and slow smoking and for high heat searing, I think briquettes are better.
All right. That makes a lot of sense, actually. If you think about the lump, you know, just various sizes can really throw you off.
Yeah.
Lewis has a question about what are your thoughts about brining a brisket?
Brining a brisket. So definitely brine it. I believe, firmly believe that dry brine is the way to go. So if you think about brining and the components that you would use in a brine, let's talk about salt, garlic, pepper, and onion. Of those four things, salt, pepper, garlic, onion, salt is unique. It's a mineral you can find in the ground. It's a simple molecule. It's sodium chloride. If you mix salt in water, it goes into solution and disappears. Garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, you put those in water and they just sit there and they never really go into solution. So when it comes to a brine, I really believe that salt is the only thing that you need to use. The salt penetrates the surface of the meat, and well, actually, it draws water out of the meat, and then that water mixes in with the salt, and it creates a salty brine that's on the surface. And because meat is 70, 80% water, that salt tends to go back into solution inside the meat. When the salt goes into the meat, and this can take a day or 2 days, the salt does what's called denaturing, and it causes the muscle fibers of the brisket to unwind like this. And they loosen up a little bit so that when you go to cook the brisket, it's going to start from a looser position. And as the muscles tighten with cooking, which is what happens which is why steaks, brisket, whatever, when you're cooking it, that's why it loses the liquids, because the muscles tense up. Because that salt loosens them, you end up with more juice, more water in the brisket. And everybody knows that salt is a flavor enhancer. So by applying salt a day or two in advance, you give it a chance to penetrate the meat, it denatures the proteins, loosens them up, helps it retain water. The salt is in there, so it enhances flavor. Salt's a great thing to use for a brine. Everything else, I think you can add right before you cook or the night prior. It doesn't matter. Salt is key, though.
All right. That makes a lot of sense. That is for damn sure. Miss Booger, the air fryer queen, wants to know, how long were you in the Air Force, David? And in what field? What was your job in the Air Force?
I was in a little over 9 years. I got in 96. I got out in 2005. I separated as a captain. I'd been promoted to major, but I got out before they could actually pin on the rank. So I will forever be a captain on my, what's it, DD Form 120, whatever that form is they give you when you get out. And I flew C-130s in the navigator crew position. So when the paratroopers jumped out of the airplane, I was the guy that told them when to do it and made sure they were in the right place so that they landed where they were supposed to when they were supposed to.
Okay. I know she likes to ask that because her hubby Tom is retired Air Force also.
Oh, well, thank you.
So.
Thank you, Tom, for your service.
Tom Horseman wants to know if you're looking for somebody to test that new grill. He says he volunteers. So,
Mr. Horseman, I appreciate that. We will definitely be looking to get the word out on the grill. These things are going to be expensive, so we're not going to be able to ship them out like we did with some of the review units we've done for the Slow and Sear. And CJ, I don't. Is it cool if I tell people what the review requirements are for a YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's fine.
So if anybody's interested in testing the Slow and Sear out, and you're a YouTuber, if you have 1,000 subscribers, 100,000 views, and you have and you're a barbecue channel that has a focus on kettle grilling, then we'll send you out a review unit. The threshold for the new grill, because this is going to be a more expensive grill, we're not going to be able to send them out like that. We may do like a road show where we take one and we go visit some people and that kind of thing. That remains to be seen, and we're working very quickly on getting the samples out that will be ready for review, but that's not a completely done deal yet. But yeah, we're gonna be sending some units out.
Not really cool. Kent, you good?
I have one last question.
All right, cool.
From Red's Barbecue and Pizzeria. And he wants to know, have you ever had, I believe this is right, Red, if I'm not, correct me in the chat, Brazilian barbecue before?
So if we're talking about a Brazilian, it's not really a steakhouse, but you know, where it's cooked on the spit, roasted, that kind of thing, like picanha. I've definitely had that. I'm not really sure I fully understand that question though. But the short answer is yeah. I've had Brazilian Spitfire cooked meat before.
Okay.
Keith
Betteg has
fire roasted something. I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. Keith Betteg wants to know: do you ever do any real cooking, or is it always on a smoker or a grill?
Real cooking is with a live fire, if you ask me. So yeah, I do real cooking all the time.
That's funny.
Okay.
I think the gauntlet's been thrown on that one.
For you though, man. Yeah, that's awesome. That's all I have for right now. So that's all you.
Dave, we're running on an hour right now. I know you wanted to keep it about an hour. You want to keep rolling, or are you ready to call it a night?
You know, if people have questions, I'll stick on, or I'll stay on.
Let's, guys, we're gonna go a few more minutes. If you have questions, besides the one Meathead keeps trying to throw in there, I asked a couple of his questions. Time to stop trolling. Let's get some good questions in there, and we'll get them going. Okay. Let's see here. I know we talked about it on the phone a little bit before, but 2018 was the year of the steak. You know, you cook steaks everywhere pretty much.
Yep.
Is that why you know, are one of the reasons you kind of listed Steve and the other guys are kind of, and, you know, Jamin, I know he does some other stuff. You kind of branching outside of the steak with the Slow and Sear, you're doing other things. So what is that kind of on purpose, since we talked about doing the steaks everywhere you went?
Yeah, the reason that we did steak with those videos for 2018 is because the cook profile we did was a low and slow smoke in the beginning and then a sear in the end, and that demonstrated the extreme capabilities of the Slow and Sear. It wasn't really about the steak, although we made some pretty fantastic steak. It was about demonstrating that the Slow and Sear does the low and slow and it does the searing. It's always done all those other things, you know, smoking, baking, roasting, searing. It's always done those. The steak videos, those were designed to demonstrate the extremes, but all the other stuff we've always been able to do. And if you go look at some of the videos from the very beginning, we've always been doing more than just searing steaks.
Cool.
And as far as what we're going to do for 2019, I'm not completely sure. So if anybody has some ideas, you know, drop them off at info@abcbarbecue.com. If you'd like to see some more videos or me go around and do something for 2019 like I did for 2018, we'd love to hear about that.
All right, cool. I'm going to ask you a couple more little questions while we let some people finish up what they're doing. But Kristy's cooking channel, this kind of goes about, she has a lifetime question. What is the best and worst thing you've ever made? So it could be on your kettle, it could be in the kitchen. Best and worst thing you've ever made.
All right, so the best thing I've made is steak. I can make some really good steak. The worst thing, I don't know that I remember the worst. I made something really bad a few years ago. I took a Bobby Flay tandoori style turkey recipe, and I just butchered it. I thought I was going to make something. My kid at the time, he was in daycare, and he was really into eating small turkey cubes. And I thought I could take that recipe and make a smoked turkey breast that would turn into some cubes. It was horrible. Yeah, that was my worst. It was some kind of had a lot of curry in it, right? I remember that, and the sauce was, I don't know, it was horrible. I will never do that again. It wasn't the recipe's fault; it was my fault. It was execution, but yeah, it was bad.
All right, cool. All right, Deep Sea Barbecue has a question that he's integrated himself as a lifetime question. If you were stuck on a deserted island with myself, what part of me would get on your Weber kettle? And it's a horrible question, but you know, it does laugh a little bit.
So, you know, I have been in situations with the military, never in combat, but in training, where they made me suffer and eat things that I would not necessarily want to eat. And my solution in all the situations was just to starve. So I think we would just starve.
I feel.
So you get to keep all your digits.
I'm okay with that for sure. I know you're drinking that IPA.
It's good stuff. It's actually going to my head a little bit. I'm surprised at how strong this stuff is.
Yeah, that stuff's heavy duty right there.
It is.
What's your go-to drink?
I'm a red wine drinker. Malbecs, Cabernet Sauvignon, red Zinfandels, red blends. I'm mainly a red wine drinker. But these IPAs are going down pretty smooth too, so I'm not going to complain about them.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
Also, Woodford's Reserve bourbon. That is really good stuff when I can get hold of that.
You're speaking a few of the people in the chat's language. They love their bourbon. So
good stuff.
I want to shout out real quick Marion from Robert Roy channel. He sent a little picture to the group. He has his little baby granddaughter sitting on his lap, saying that she's the latest fan of the hot seat. So hi, little Reenie. She's so freaking cute. Little ball of love right there. So that's so cool. All right. I'll ask the Mount Rushmore question for our boy Meat Cranium. He has a lifetime question here. Who's on your personal Mount Rushmore? 4 people you love and admire. Got to be up there.
All right. So I'm going to go with Meathead Goldwyn from AmazingRibs.com. He is the person that took the science of barbecue and grilling and diluted it into an easy to read format. It's a great website with a lot of information. Dr. Greg Blonder, who created the more detailed scientific stuff that underpins a lot of the articles on AmazingRibs.com. Alton Brown, Good Eats. I think everybody has, most everybody loves that one. And who is number 4? I had a number 4. It's not coming to me at this moment, though. Kennedy, Lopez Alt, Food Lab, great stuff. So those are my 4.
All right, very cool, very cool. Ken, did you get any more questions in the chat?
Let's see. Yeah, I just have one from T-Roy. And he wants to know in that picture, who's the guy that looks like Cousin It?
This guy right here, you know, we could not get him off the set. He was hanging around all day. I don't really know who he was, but you know, he belched a lot, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe ask James. I mean, James has got his arm around him. Seems like they're good buddies. I don't know who that guy is.
He just snuck in there.
Some damn groupie you couldn't get rid of.
Before he shaved recently, of course.
Yeah, that's right on. Like he owned the place. Chef Johnny says he would eat a drumstick right off the bat on me. So thanks.
There you go. There you go.
At least let's put some good seasoning on it at least. Let's see here. Kenneth from What's New Barbecue is in the house. He showed up. How you doing, KC? Let's see here. Ken, go ahead, brother.
That's all I got for you, my man.
All right, you good? All right, cool. All right, guys, we're gonna kind of start wrapping this up, winding this down a little bit. I know a lot of people are in the chat, you know, saying that they hope you and Kris bury the hatchet at some point. And I hope you guys do too. You're both great for the community, and I'd love to see that happen. But that's all I'm saying about that. So you guys can work that out if you want. If not, I just don't give a darn. So I'm going to ask the last question for the Slow and Sear 2.0 giveaway. So you guys get your thinking caps on. Hope you're paying attention. All right. Shake it off. You ready? Feel it. Feel the vibe. Feel the energy. How many full-time employees does Dave employ at ABC? Go. Get it. Nope, Daddy Dutch is wrong. You ain't going to win. Nigel just said 6. Nigel is the winner. Dude, my wife even jumped in there. What the hell? She heard the whole thing. She's been watching this whole time. All right, T-Roy, you don't get no Slow and Sear. You got that dope smoker right there, that D-Grill. All right, cool. All right, so Nigel is the winner. He said to give it to me. Your sweetheart, Nigel. No, actually, he said to give it to Johnny. So I'll work all that out later. Dave, I'll let you know who wants. Nigel's in the UK, so he doesn't. Anytime he wins anything, he gives it to someone else. Okay.
Gotcha.
So I'll let you know.
Actually ship to the UK, so if he wants it, it's not a problem.
You ship to the UK. All right, yeah. Cool. Nigel, we'll talk. All right. Did I see something? Hold on. Someone's saying. Sorry, guys. If you scroll up in the chat, Nigel is the first one to say 6. All right. So there you go. Let's see here. I don't know. That's it. All right. We're going to wrap this thing up. Hang out in the chat. I'll throw it in there. I'll throw out the hangouts in the chat. Sorry, people are throwing by stuff. here. I'm gonna have to picture this because I'm looking at my chat right now, and I'm going to take a picture so there's proof that I am seeing Nigel is the first person to say 6. So hold on, please. All right, I'm not hiding anything. I don't give a fuck if you want or not. So that's it. All right, guys. What's your name? Kent. You got anything you want to say to the peeps before you go?
So we should double.
No, I'm.
All right, sorry. Go ahead. What did you say?
Dave, you're hilarious.
I missed what you said, Dave.
We should double his pay again. I think.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. All right, go ahead, Ken.
This chat's killing me. Cooking with Corey is telling everybody to mail me spam. For those of you who don't know, Corey and I have a little wager on an Iowa-Nebraska game coming up on Friday. So I hope all that spam ends up in Nebraska, to be honest with you. So, Dave, great job tonight, bud.
Oh, thank you, sir.
That was cool. That was cool.
Thanks, sir.
I do not have any more questions for you, so it's all yours, CJ.
All right, cool. Like I said, we're wrapping this up. Dave, do you got anything you want to say to the people?
You know, I love being a member of the YouTube community. It's been great to get around and visit everybody this year. I hope that I did get to visit. I hope to get to visit more people next year. Also, thank you for showing up on Tuesday night. We had to shoe in this chat because CJ is already so booked. I think until February next year.
Actually, March.
And thanks to everybody for supporting us. We really do appreciate it. We grow through people telling people about our product, and just thank you, sincerely thank you for that.
All right, man. I really do appreciate you coming on for sure. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate you guys coming on and watching. And I know it's a special day. It's not the normal Thursday chat. This Thursday, we are doing kind of like a little round table kind of chat with Kent and Hobo and Scott and probably whoever else wants to come on and enjoy some chat, some fellowship, whatever you want to call it, and have a couple of drinks along the way. So that'll be on. Tune in and say hi. Dave, I can't thank you enough for coming on. I can't thank you enough for doing the giveaway for all the people. I really do appreciate it. That's all I really got to say about it, man. I mean, this is a good time. We didn't keep you too much longer than we had thought, so that's very cool. It was great getting to know you, for sure. I know you're a big part of our community, so I know everybody appreciates to know you too. So
I appreciate it.
Guys, yes, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, and everybody in the chat, especially the people that put the super chats, it's very cool. Obviously wasn't necessary, but it's very cool that you do it, and it'll definitely help Kent get a Christmas bonus. So very cool. That's it. Again, tune in Thursday. If you don't, I hope y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. I really appreciate everybody tuning in like they did. Keith, BetTag, thank you for keeping track of the viewers. We had a high of 82. So, Dave, we almost beat the record.
Almost. That's not bad.
So, it's hard to beat Booger US 5 or 500 US Miss Booger. The air fry recipes, you can't fade that, dude. She's a looker too. You can't fade it. All right, guys. Again, I'm gonna end this broadcast. I'll throw in the Hangout link in the chat. Jump on if you want. Otherwise,